And we are back. So this is it to a handful of viewers that is waiting for that one special team they'll be up against. Of course, a different team, but we are gonna jump straight into the game into a bit because as far as I know, Tweety Bird told me that the lobby is ready for our pick and ban phase. So of course, before anything else, do not forget to share the live stream, tag your friends, and support the team that you love. And again, we'll be your casters. I am Yuko.
And of course, I am Rockhart, the disembodied voice that you know and love. We will be giving you the game here as well for Spark Apex versus M8HEXA. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this, so without further ado, we will start going into the draft really quickly. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Who's on the blue side? It's going to be, I think on the blue side it's going to be Spark Apex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course for
the red side
it's gonna be M8HEXA.
And alright, so while we are waiting for the game to load, we hope that you are enjoying FSL so far. Do not forget to like the page, and we've been saying this again and again. Share the live stream, tag your friends, and make sure that they are gonna have a great time. Maybe just comment your surprise or planned picks for either team, since I know that a lot of fans are watching from these two teams. So again, chill, wait. We hope you guys are able to eat your dinner, breakfast, or lunch wherever you are. We're gonna jump right here, right now.
Alright, on to the draft already. Halfway through, we have a Roxy being given away to Spark Apex, Valheim as well. You know, not too common. Alice as well, but still pretty much effective.
First time seeing Annette being picked up today.
Yeah, Annette and the Diao Chan. Pretty support intensive here, as well as the Fennec being heavily favored by actually Hertz, by both Hertz organization teams today. So I'm not sure whether or not that's a good thing, because they did kind of you know,
they're kind of
I mean, earlier on that was given away a lot as well, so hopefully M8HEXA will be able to make better use of this, so that we can see a bit of an improved performance from these guys.
Of course. And I'm just gonna say, for Spark Apex, we have Roxy, Valheim, and Alice. Alice making her first appearance for the day. Butterfly being hovered as a ban. I mean, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, yes, Butterfly is still quite strong, but she's slowly falling off of the meta from what I've been observing all throughout the game. Let's see who will M8HEXA ban out.
I feel like there's a lot of it's a bit of a wasted ban slot for me. I would ban out heroes like a Quillen, maybe an Omen, over the Butterfly, or maybe there's just so many good. Maybe there's just a lot of good Butterfly players in M8HEXA. Who knows what kind of research came in for Apex Sparks? But I just gotta say, these guys, they would have a better time if they just ban out the usuals. For the meantime, I feel like the Elsu ban would be so much warranted. Because I feel like if you give it away, it might be taken out, even though there's already a Fennec locked in.
Maybe, I mean, we can never have too much damage dealers, right? So you might want to bank on as much picks as you can, but at the same time, you have to consider, will our resources be enough, or will we be able to be a solid front line, or will we be able to support these core picks? Nakaroth being hovered right here as a ban.
Alright, I mean, that's fair. I feel like there might be just more priority. Did they miss out the ban?
I think they did. They did hover someone, but I don't think they were able to lock it in.
Yeah.
Or it could be just a visual bug. Let's just see in a bit.
I'll find out. I think we can ask our friends here.
Yeah.
The administration later on. That was a bit of a weird ban. But I feel like, you know what, it's also a possible strategy. I feel like some teams, they like leaving out a lot of OP heroes just so that they can have a better lay of the land, you know.
Zuka being hovered right here. First appearance as well. Man, this series is apparently, transforming and opening our eyes to the different picks that is possible. Hover on Varus. Man, I played a handful of... Alright, stop right there. I played a handful of Zera's games and she is really conditional. Like hella conditional. If she's not able to have 3-4 kills before the 3-minute mark, she's gonna be quite shaky. Or if she is being taken down 2-3 times before the 5-minute mark, she is gonna fall off. So two things: either she's gonna stay in her own lane just so she will be safe and be able to funnel or farm, or she will roam around along with maybe Annette or Diaochan or whoever will be the last pick for M8HEXA.
Yeah, I feel like M8HEXA just will be able to dominate if the Varus can get the farm. I feel like a lot of the heroes here in M8HEXA are so farm dependent that Irie, the Varus, Diaochan, and Annette are probably the only ones who can get a lead in the early game. So I really don't suggest this, to be honest. We're really gonna have to check out the possibility of a farm, of a long drawn out game, if you want M8HEXA to win.
So that is a lot of win conditions for M8HEXA, but apparently high risk, high reward. Spark Apex has the more standard lineup right here.
Yep, of course. So whether or not that's going to be the case, I feel like we can. It's safe to say that it's going to be just dependent on whether the game time. We're gonna have to look at that game counter. That clock. Whether or not this game goes to 20 minutes, alright, it's probably M8HEXA's game. If not, you're gonna be in for a bad time.
I mean, they only have Aerie and maybe Diaochan as damage dealers for the early game. So they can still give it a try. They still have a good shot at the early game. But honestly, when it comes to being secured, they're all about that late game.
Absolutely. All about that late game, all about that scaling. Not to mention the split push by the Aerie. So, again, there's a lot more mid-game to early game power on the side of Spark Apex. Good. I gotta say, if they can finish this early, there's no way M8HEXA is gonna come back. So, we're gonna have to wait and see as we go into the game here. Spark Apex versus M8HEXA.
Alrighty, so here we go. We are into the game. First game for our much awaited series. Of course, before anything else, do not forget to share the live stream. We've been saying this again and again. Might as well give your team the love that they needed. For the side of M8HEXA, we have Kaysaya on Fennec and Jeanette for Mayra. Aerie, Quetzal on Aerie, Margelicious on Diaochan, and Unique for Varus.
And on the, of course, the side of Spark Apex, Galaxy on the Zephys, Peng on the... Is this a Vera? That's Nauchi on the Alice, Yufa on the Roxy, and Ochilla on the Valheim.
Yep, so let's see how things are gonna pan out. But of course, relax the blue team, pause the match. They are gonna fix a handful of things there, but of course, show the team that you love all that love and comment and hashtag Spark Apex or Spark Win or hashtag M8 or hashtag Hexa Win.
Yeah, a big shout out to Mr. Rojan Ulet, Mr. Stifler from ESW. ESF.
He's our Lodi, so what's up, man? Shout outs to you.
Supporting her girl Kaysaya right there, friend of ours as well. So I hope they can. I hope you will have a good time today, and good luck to your girl as well.
Man, Rigel said Quetzal right here, and Reniel Bondeleon said Fennec, and yes, so a lot of fanboys and supporters for the side of M8HEXA is right here.
Yep, so it's gonna be... I know if you're a fanboy or a fangirl of M8HEXA, you would know that their late game is very conditional on the whether or not the Fennec can snowball, the Irie can snowball. So I feel like there's a lot of conditions that will have to be met here by M8HEXA for them to win. But of course, we're not gonna be taking anything away from these guys. Hopefully, they can show us good fight later on as well.
And I'm sure they will. But of course, just relax. Wait, guys. I know the pause is taking some time, but it's just right there. And leave it at as it is. So I guess it's a matter of will M8HEXA be able to prolong the game, or will Spark Apex end the game as abruptly as it started just now?
Okay, here we go. So Spark Apex, they're gonna if this Roxy gets to level 4 early, could get a lot of advantages in the game. That's something a lot of our Spark Apex fans are waiting for as well. The pullback by the Zephyr is also pretty powerful, so you have to watch out for that. And the conditions here, actually in the late game, Spark Apex can also have a lot of impact. That's the thing I'm actually looking at here, whether or not that's going to be true, or whether Spark Apex is gonna, make a big mistake. And net is going to be a big factor as well here in keeping this composition alive. And M8HEXA, they just want to just get this ball rolling on their side.
The wave clear for M8HEXA is quite solid as well. They can clear the wave as quickly. Rotations though, I think they tend to be quite slow, just to pick themselves, not as a team. I mean, the response rate, so they might want to bank on movement speed itemization.
Yeah, movement speed. Try to get away from the team fight as early as possible, and try to just keep. Again, we said this at the beginning of the match. Just get that gold, and not try not to go for team fights too much.
Try not to go too much team fights, but looks like M8HEXA eyeing this Abyssal Dragon. Unique was able to zone out one of the members of Spark Apex, but Spark Apex are trying to steal the Abyssal Dragon, but the red team was able to secure the first objective, and now they are boxing in. Nauchi, you are not gonna get out of this alive, and that is one. Make that 2 kills going over to M8HEXA.
That's a quick 2-0. Get that goalie really quickly up by almost 1,000. That's gonna be very impressive. And of course, if you're talking early game, you have to not underestimate the power of the Fennec as well in taking objectives. Proc those passives. It really does get the HP bars really low, especially if you charge them on the jungle. Look at that. Removal of the Cruise Eagle right away.
Yeah, right here, just rotating as slowly as you can and trying to steal the resources from the side of Spark Apex. Man, they're literally not afraid of invading onto the side of their enemies. Goes to show how confident they are after bagging that objective and 2 kills.
Very confident indeed. That's what you want to do as well. Like, you don't want to give too much confidence on the side of M8HEXA as well from those early 2 kills, or else they know that they could snowball out of it. And aside from just getting the early game from them, if you give them the late game with confidence, that's gonna be very difficult for them to make mistakes.
But of course, Spark Apex, they still have a really good fighting chance, because from what I can see on their composition, they have the very slight advantage for the power or spike in the early game. Mid lane to late game, it's kinda 50-50 or a bit iffy. So like what I've been saying, Spark Apex needs to end this game as early as they can. They have an Alice as a solid support, so Alice will be able to see along with a lot of initiates, or just gonna protect as much teammates as she can. Unique.
Oh boy, Unique. These battles are actually very scary. Like, if they erupt, like, who knows what's gonna happen. On the bottom lane, though, that's gonna be a different story. It's a 1v1 Valheim versus a very scary. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. He had to flash on out of there just to stay alive.
Look at the sustain right here. Galaxy says goodbye, and Unique apparently a bit away from her team, but
so
they were able to recuperate. They don't care, man. Look, I mean, they're moving really slowly, but make that 5 minutes in, Spark Apex not able to bag even a single kill or a single objective. Speaking of objectives, M8HEXA bagging the Abyssal Dragon yet again. They are on a roll. Looks like they're the ones who want to end the game early.
Yeah, 14k already. Sorry, 1.4k. 14k. Where the heck did I get that? Right now it's 1.6, and they're doing a phenomenal job of keeping this game in check. Non-stop goal generation, even though they have basically Alice support here. It's very easy for them to still get the damage up, especially if you're ahead by the kills and the assists.
Alright, so, Spark Apex still has a lot of breathing time, but if we're just gonna simplify things, they have to make sure that M8HEXA won't be able to roam around the map the way they are literally roaming right now. Like, they're usually onto the side of Spark Apex way longer than they are staying on their side. Look at the two here at the top lane! 2v1 Kaysaya and Crystal. That was a really quick and clean kill at the top lane.
No mercy whatsoever here coming from M8HEXA. You know, the proccing damage of that Fennec really gets that mood rolling. Get that damage up. He almost got put to half in just one burst. Even though it's a Roxy. Roxy usually is classified as a tank, very scary. So I'm surprised at how fast he actually went down in that exchange.
That's the magic when you're handled by a really strong player. Crystal and Kaysaya, immense pressure here at the top lane. Make that 4 people rotating over to the top lane, but they now have a different plan in mind. Like, okay, we got the tower, let's not force a fight, let's just go with what works, let's go with what's safe, let's not do anything rash right here. And now Marge, Licious, and Miera just at the mid lane.
Alright, so the win condition here. We have to find out how Spark Apex is also come back here. Can they catch the Annette? Can they catch the Alice? They're gonna be the ones who are gonna get caught here. The outchat middle fight as well, get a lot of damage in.
Oh man, look at that. Yuta actually got caught out, gets stunned, you cannot move. And the Unique just look at that damage output. And M8HEXA, they're not gonna force the team fight any longer because Spark Apex backed away. I mean, personally, I think they could have dived in since that is quite far from the turret, but I guess M8HEXA just wants to play it safely, slowly but surely, and they bagged the Abyssal Dragon yet again.
Very, very impressive here. No stopping whatsoever in getting all of those objectives. Gotta say, they are on the right path here.
So far indeed. So Spark Apex, they roughly 8 minutes in, I can honestly see that they're struggling. So what Spark Apex could do though is, this is gonna be hard, but they have to try and mirror what M8HEXA is doing. It sounds easy, but I honestly don't recommend trying to catch anyone from M8HEXA off guard because they are actually in a tight-knit group. But look at that, someone gets caught out. But look at the response. That is so quick. Quetzal just at the front line.
They're not getting damage.
His ultimate going over to Margelicious. They don't care. The damage output is really high. Double kill going over to Margelicious. Like, no, you can't stop me. Blue defense tower has been destroyed here at the mid lane yet again. Yuta being caught out here. Miera says hi. She gets boxed in, and Yuta apparently already dead.
Cannot stop these guys at all. Beautiful gameplay here from M8HEXA. Not showing any signs of slowing down whatsoever. Oh, another great Diaochan ultimate. There is no getting near these marksmen. M8HEXA.
Is this the fastest game for the day? I think it is.
Starting to look like the fastest game indeed. Bottom lane, even Unique getting the tower down, getting more gold on the side of the red. M8HEXA showing up a very strong first game.
Yes, indeed. But looks like Spark Apex is only able to get a one turn. But look at that Peng! Her life gets demolished by the side of M8HEXA. Goes to show that the damage output is really strong right now. And like what I said, Spark Apex should end the game early, but looks like M8HEXA is doing it for them.
It is. I feel like M8HEXA, they're still, no one's dying. 11-0 on the scoreboard, guys. 11-0. How often does that happen? Today, I will say not so often. I don't think anyone has ever dominated a game this quickly.
So far.
So again, I'm very impressed. I feel like they can keep this up. And so difficult going to the Diaochan composition here. for M8HEXA.
Diao-chan is still awake. Pretzel, she doesn't care. That's
Sorry, not
2v1.
Diao-chan. Is that Nanette? I feel like that's a Nanette, right?
That's a net.
That's a Diao-chan. It's a Nanette. Just kidding. Either way, where were we? That Irene also very scary to deal with. They're doing everything that they really need to. Very impressed. And yeah, the Varus is so. I know a lot of you guys are saying this. I saw one on the chat. It's very difficult to play a Varus.
It is.
But they're pulling it off. They're really, really pulling it off, which is so impressive.
Mostly, Unique is just the one that's gonna take care of the damage mid-fight. And like what we saw in the bot lane, she was the one that cleared out the waves and took down one turret. Miera, at this point in the game, she doesn't care if she's just alone right there. She can zone out the enemies with just her own skills.
Yep, just skills. No need to go close any at all. Just to throw out those staff and the magic power. Now top lane going to be pushed here. That Drake is following them wherever they go. Just kidding. Going for the push. Very great position to put in. There is no way they're stopping that. Bottom lane, Unique also pushing on the bottom as well. They're really giving Spark Apex the run around.
Man, it's so smart because M8HEXA is just pressuring the bot, mid, and top. They're gonna rotate. So, you know, it's pretty much confuses Spark Apex. Two of them got stunned, but there is no follow-up. Maybe that could be the plan of M8HEXA. They're taking this really slow. Speaking of slow, Miera got slowed right here, but Quetzal now on the front line. She doesn't care. Look at the damage output and the life bars of Spark Apex going down, and now M8HEXA, they're just focusing onto the throne, and they bagged the game 1 in just 12 minutes. 0 to 15. M8HEXA is our winner for Game 1.
Game 1 victory for M8HEXA. Really quickly, did anyone die there? I have to check.
No one died.
No one died. 0 to 15 here for the red side. Man, very impressive. I gotta say, finally we got a win for the Fennec, and that's what we definitely
that's what
we
they waited the entire day.
What we've been waiting for. Till Honest has been tearing it up non-stop. Finally, Fennec victory.
Alright, so thoughts on that. First I'm gonna say this, it was honestly just one-sided.
Yeah, way too one-sided.
Spark Apex, yes, they did try, but I just couldn't see even a single minute that they were dominating or at least holding the advantage. Two things. It could be because M8 was just really powerful, powerhouse, or just storming all over the map, or Spark Apex's plans were just demolished in that game.
Yeah, I feel like they just got all their plans removed, and that Valheim did not go online at all. Because usually if you want to pick a Valheim, you have to make it go online right away. The burst damage from an early game Valheim is what a lot of teams usually favor, and that's what they ride on. But it just did not happen, and even the Roxy, which I was expecting to get a lot of kills, comboed with the Vera and the Valheim, did not happen as well. So all the win conditions, all the possibilities for Spark Apex just went down the drain so quickly.
Yes, and well, safe to say that M8 even sipped every single huge objective in that game, like leaving nothing for their enemies. They were really strong in that game, so kudos to them. That was really, really good. Will we see more power from M8, or will we see Spark Apex with a new trick? Obviously, of course, to those supporting these two teams, do not forget to like the page, share the live stream, tag your friends, and well, if you like what you see, even check out our very strong girl players.
Yeah, these awesome players. By the way, to everyone watching, if you're wondering, FSL, all girls here.
All girls.
You're seeing the girl power non-stop, and again, just very impressed to see these ladies, especially from M8HEXA perform. I know Kaisaya, she obviously, if all you guys know, we are friends with Kaisai. We're all casters here in the Philippines, so I'm very impressed to see our friend also just perform really well on the Fennec. Again, we're trying. Obviously, we're not giving any biases. Obviously, we're just saying as it is. But that was just so awesome. It's so awesome to see this girl perform like that. So very impressive, as well as for the newly formed team of M8HEXA. On the other side, I feel like Spark Apex, can still do a lot with that composition. Maybe if they just removed the Vero and added something with more burst and made the composition a little more tankier. And if you cannot make full use of the Valheim, just try not to pick it up. That's a bit. That's the thing about that.
Yeah.
So.
And, well, for Valheim, I think he's really conditional, and in that game, he was in the bad side of conditional. So maybe try to up their draft or tweak a lot of things, and maybe try to go toe in toe with M8, or try to pick a draft that's gonna be on par or that can go up against, or that'll be the counter to what M8's draft will be.
Yeah, M8 draft really looked so strong in that one. I mean, earlier it kind of, again, the curse of defending. I feel like that shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been a victory. I feel like they just played defending so well. They used full early the proc when you add 4 stacks on the target, and then there's just a massive amount of damage. That's something that we haven't seen today. So impressive that they also kept them alive with the use of a Diao-Chan, with the use of an Annette. Again, countering that Alice pick so hard. In support for support, Alice versus Annette, they just go for Annette most of the time.
Yeah. And Alice was okay, but for me, it's just a matter of the course not being able to go online, the course just not getting the gold and items that they need. So, yes, Alice is an okay support, but what's gonna happen if there's no strong core support?
Yes, exactly. You want to see maybe something picked up. Like, I feel like they opened up the Elsu. They should have picked that up. They also could have picked up Aquilin. I feel like Florentino was left open as well. So I'm a bit surprised by the pickings of Spark, Apex as well. So maybe they can try to capitalize on those OP picks that keep getting left open in this game. I feel like there was a missed ban even.
Yeah.
Right? They could have banned out something else. So very bright future here for M8HEXA. Let's wait and see if they can keep it up.
You know what? I've been seeing the trend since the first series. All of these are 2-0 so far. But will we see a 2-0 in this series as well? I mean, the odds are quite good.
Yeah, Indonesian stream, I actually got the information for the bracket. We're gonna translate to that real quickly.
All right.
We have a 2-0 as well for Team Talisi.
Man, and, all of the girls, they have dates right now.
Yeah, they all have dates right now, as well as, of course, First Blood Ladies beating the Louvre Angels.
Oh, wow. That's surprising. So, Tweety Bird told me that we are ready for Game 2, so we are gonna jump into that real quick. And again, do not forget to share the live stream, put the hashtag of the team that you are supporting, and show them all the love that you have.
That's right. Right now, this is Game 2. M8HEXA versus Spark Apex. Right, so, they're still not giving too much priority over Elsu. Safera being first banned, I feel like the Diao-Chan was powerful in that last game. I would ban it out as well if I was Spark Apex. There was no way. They had no chance, no possibilities of countering the Diao-Chan. You remember when Diao-Chan went for the freezing ultimate?
Yes.
There was no one that could go near.
Yeah, even though, let's say there is a good setup, but what happened there was the follow-up was just not enough, like at all.
Yeah, at all. Like, it's scary that keeps happening as well, because that happened for like so many clashes. That game had a lot of kills in it. There should have been a lot of times where M8HEXA should have lost one of their heroes. Maybe he lost the Diao-Chan or lost the Annette, because he was always frontlining. You have to remember there were a lot of DPS heroes in that game and basically almost no tanks. So I'm surprised that worked out that way for M8HEXA.
Worked so well for them. Well, alright, so we can see the tweak in the bans here. They don't want to see more of those power plays. But wait, Fennec was still left open, and of course that will be prioritized by M8HEXA right here.
Apparently they don't care much about that right now, so we're gonna have to wait and see whether or not that's gonna be cause for celebration for M8HEXA, or is there something that Spark Apex has in store for us that we haven't seen yet?
We'll see. So they're taking their sweet time to, I don't know, highlight this Fennec, and they did lock that in. So let's see who'll be the first 2 picks for the side of Spark Apex.
Spark Apex. First round has a 2-pick possibility there. Marja is a good possible pick, but again, you also have to have a great strong backline if you want to pick heroes like this. Because Marja, usually he wants to go for the team fights early on. The moment he gets that ultimate, he gets a lot of invulnerability and a lot of early game potential for tower dives.
That's true. So Spark Apex are apparently taking this very seriously, and they should. They got dominated in game 1, so let's see who will be the next possible pick or hover for their team. Hover on Vera.
Oh, come on. It did not work last game.
I'm not
Seriously,
sure about that, but
you don't want to pick the same composition and hope it goes the other way. You want to be able to counter pick, but they go for the lock-in instead.
well, Vera could be a comfort pick, and maybe they just wanted to give it a shot, another shot in game 2. A hover on Violet and a hover on Arduin. Violet is gonna work well for me in this draft or competition so far. And Thane, yeah, she's just gonna hashtag protect maybe Fennec, Violet, or any other strong damage dealer from the side of M8HEXA.
Okay, so 50-50 here for M8HEXA and Spark Apex. Feel like this could be bad
for the side of course, Spark Apex.
Right, for the side of Spark Apex, because this Thane can definitely is one of the heroes I would pick just to keep a Fennec and a Violet alive. A double marksman composition once more by a team in the lead. So I don't know how well that's gonna work. Annette, of course, going to be locked in to help keep the Vera and the Marja alive in this comp.
And of course, to top that off, that could be a deny pick for the side of M8HEXA. I mean, and Annette may not have the flash in place in game 1, but the support and the response she had was really immense. It was really good. Run Ryuguma for the bat. Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah, ban out that. Of course, you don't want to go Murid as well. I'm not sure if there's any strong Murid players on the side of M8HEXA yet, because I haven't actually seen them play prior to this tournament, so I'm gonna be very curious whether or not that could be the case. But they go for the Ryoma ban instead, some solid DPS. Remove, I feel like you don't need it though, so I feel like what you should ban out here for M8HEXA should be a lot of crowd control, some tanks, maybe remove the Crash, the Toro, remove the Arum, something that can keep the Violet Fennec alive, because I feel like they got all the damage they need in this comp.
Of course. And I guess both teams are gonna go with the more standard lineup. Like they're not gonna go over with the damage, but they're gonna go with a more balanced composition in the sense that they have something to bank on the early, mid, and late game. But I think both teams are focusing more onto the early and mid game, since late game, it's called late game for a reason. I mean, maybe they won't be able to last that long, but why did they? Okay. Not gonna question anything.
Ban on a Crixie instead.
Not gonna question anything. It's okay.
I mean, this composition might need a support player, but yeah, banning out the Zephyrs is pretty smart. It will stop the possibility of Fennec and Violet being dove on. It kind of slows it down. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not this Crixie ban is gonna be of effect. You might want to pick an Alice as well, just to keep the M8HEXA comp alive. But on the side of Spark Apex, you definitely need a tank here. I mean, Baldom would have been great, but they might have to just go for maybe a teammate. Something like that, something to keep these guys in the game longer and get the damage output they need to get through the front line of M8HEXA.
Yeah, Spark Apex's draft so far is super, like, way squishy. I mean, the damage output, yes, can be immense, assuming that they do get the funnel, but you can't technically dish out a lot of damage when you're dead, so you need a solid lineup. Oh, okay, they hovered onto that Delana's.
Okay, so instead of going for a bit of a more tanky composition, they go for full glass cannon, have three, 2 mages, one basically free. I would say Annette is more of a damage mage as well. 3 mages and 1 marksman. Well, Annette is damage support. But again, this composition is very, I would say, squishy. It's so squishy. it's a very easy target for a Fennec. However, it can take down Violet really quickly. So maybe Spark Apex just wants to go for the backline, try to take care of the Fennec and Violet instead.
And well, if they do just focus on doing pickoffs, Spark Apex's lineup is really perfect. If you think about it.
Yeah, and what to do when you have a composition that's very squishy, you want to be able to stun them from a distance. AoE stun by Illumia can set this fight up really well for M8HEXA. The Wukong is also one of those heroes that's very good for diving on the back lines. I really like that possibility, the possibility of a Wukong being dove in, and the possibility of this going for game 3.
Well, yeah, the draft is way better compared to game 1, but like what we've been talking about, they don't have a solid tank or a solid front line. Like, they don't have anyone that can protect their... Well, they're all damages. I can't say which is actually the main one. But yeah.
So for the meantime, again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, share the stream. And don't forget to just let us know who you think is going to come out on top here. Will M8HEXA go away with the 2-0, or will Spark Apex run away with a game-free possibility here?
I'm sure Spark Apex will not give away this series that easily.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. M8HEXA and Spark Apex will be able to, should be able to give us a good show, because I feel like there's no one who's actually ahead in this game. I feel like it's still a 50-50.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. It's actually really satisfying to see that. I thought they were gonna switch picks, but apparently the person who picked that draft is the one that's gonna use her. So no switching happened, and this is just gonna be the third series of today.
Okay, so for the meantime, this is a possibility of a third series. Let's wait and see who's gonna come out on top as we go into game 2, M8HEXA versus Spark Apex.
Alrighty, so first, not forget to share the live stream and support your favorite teams. We are gonna go to the team rundown. For the side of Spark Apex, we have Niauchi on this Annette, and of course Cecilia on Tel-Anes, Galaxy on this Wukong, Teo Peng on this Vera, and Yutha for this Marja.
Of course, on this side of M8HEXA, we have Unique there on the Violet, Quetzal on the Irie, Miera on the Fane, Marjalicious on the Illumia, and Kaisaya on the Fennec.
Man, Kaisaya is really good on this Fennec. I'm not sure why they left that open in game 2, but maybe they just don't think that Fennec is worth a ban, even though Fennec was okay in game 1.
Should have been okay. I mean, Fennec does have a lot of falling off when you really dive him down. Although he does have a lot of burst in the early game as well, it's only limited to after you proc that passive. After that, usually he has to rely on just good positioning and his ultimate to keep alive.
Oh yeah, and first guys, since this is game 2, M8HEXA is now on the blue side with Spark Apex here at the red side.
This time around, we're going for a possibility here of a huge fight. 4v2 right now, Flicker for the event in the wrong direction. First blood goes over to the Fennec. Looks like Unique is able to stop everyone from going further. And another huge 1-0 in the early game for M8HEXA.
A 4-woman rotation right there at the bot that apparently caught Spark Apex by surprise.
Very quick there to get that goal. M8HEXA will also have the ability to go for this dragon if they wanted to. So, man, it's really quick. And I don't think Spark Apex is in the position to get this. Will be secured, of course, by the Fennec.
Man, let me just say how powerful they are so far. I mean, the moment the Abyssal Dragon spawns, no intro, no stalling, no other decision. They're gonna drop everything and get that objective, which works well for them. Personally, I think M8HEXA's plan or team tactic, team movement is more focused on objectives than the full-on 5v5, 4v5 team fight.
Yeah. Again, it's very impressive that they can keep doing that as well. The rotations definitely, you can really see the communications between M8HEXA. They want to go for objectives really quickly. And that gives them such a big edge. However, of course, Fate's gonna be in a bad position here. Illumia Ultimate will lock down the whole team. Spark Apex gets killed instead for M8HEXA.
That was so close, but there are currently more of these people actually being died down. Tio Peng able to get away, but at the cost of 3 of her teammates being taken down. That was a good initiate from Spark Apex, but yet again, M8HEXA was able to respond. That good ultimate from Illumina, just wow, man.
Yeah, instead of M8HEXA losing Miera, they actually get 2 kills, 3 kills in that exchange, which is pretty big here for the blue side squad. Again, don't forget they are going double marksman. They should need all the whole gold they can get. However, that being not long for this world. First death of this series goes over to Miera for M8HEXA.
So at least that's more reading time for Spark Apex, though they have a Tel-Honest, so they would want to prolong the game as much as they can, or up until Tel-Honest reaches level 12, 13, yeah, between that bracket.
The counter of M8HEXA, of course, is they also have that Violet and, of course, that Fennec were able to snowball really quickly, which is what they're doing right now with the help of Unique on the Quetzal on the Irie, going for the Dragon right away. Fame going for that cut off that zone.
Will they be able to seal this? Miera jumps in. Ultimate has been popped as well by this Illumina, but apparently the objective is going over to the blue team. That was a beautiful steal, and that is another enemy popped out by M8HEXA. The burst damage.
Yeah, this is starting to look really like a really quick game here.
Yes.
The way that M8HEXA is just going for the objectives left, right, and center, not wasting any time at all. If they're not going for like a dragon, or if they're not going for a cruise eagle, they go for a tower, and then they make sure that they force Spark Apex into team fights non-stop. Their Tel-Honest not even in a position to take any team fights, doesn't have that much damage yet.
Yet indeed. So of course, Spark Apex trying to defend this turret as much as they can, but M8HEXA, apparently they are really confident they're just gonna rotate over to get more objectives or funnel more Unique. We haven't seen much of her yet, but that's probably because like the one that she did, like what she did in game 1, she's just gonna take her sweet time and she will only appear when there is a team fight.
Yep, team fight starting to erupt here, left, right, center. Top lane is a big possibility against that area. Miera also trying to see if he can get in a position to take someone out and maybe with the help of Illumia, maybe get some damage in. But looks like that's not going to be the case. Spark Apex being very, very careful in this game. That advantage is actually not that big yet. There's still a possibility of Spark Apex coming back here, but it's starting to look really, really unlikely.
Really unlikely indeed. Of course, Spirit Sentinel right here, but Quetzal really confident diving in onto 2 enemies like that just to make sure that they will zone them out. Yuta being chased down by Quetzal right here. What will happen? Of course, backup is right there, but Quetzal was able to get away.
Yeah, Quetzal looking very, what you would say, mechanically gifted. On the side of M8HEXA with a very quick Irie plays, just like just as we were saying that, gets a kill. 1v1, actually 1v3, he's gonna make it out alive as well. Fame with ultimate, going and doing a lot of damage. Illumi still has that ult, slows everyone down. That's another kill for M8HEXA. Tower will also go down soon.
Ooh, Tel-Honest though actually dishing out a lot of damage, but the red defense tower has been taken down. Quetzal manages to get out of there by just the skin of her teeth. She's able to survive that very strong and very itchy team fight, but M8HEXA eyeing already the Abyssal Dragon. Non-contested, that is another objective going over to their side.
That's basically all of the Abyssal Dragons in this game going over to the blue side here, with Spark Apex not even trying to contest it over M8. So right now, top lane also pretty much in control of M8HEXA because of taking that Cruise Eagle. So more vision and more safety for M8HEXA. Telanas really needs to get a lot of that gold in his pockets if he wants to make a big difference in the team fights later on.
Different in team fights indeed. But so far, like what I said, Tilana is getting the farming items that she needs. So she could be the win condition for Spark Apex. They just need to hashtag protect Tilana just so that she can dish out a lot of damage and maybe try to get either Quetzal or Finnick or Gaisaya first.
Whichever one of those should be the easiest one to take out. However, of course, they're not making it easy. They're still relying a lot on good positioning to make sure they get an edge in the fight. Of course, Spark Apex also looking for an opening, but not being apparent as of yet.
Not being apparent indeed, but slowly but surely M8HEXA actually jumped in straight. They don't care even if Spark Apex is under turret. The pressure that they have right now is apparently enough for them to burst the marksman down. And one main damage dealer is now popped away like a pimple in the map.
Wow, very impressive. I'd say they're really making a good case of just finishing this really quickly. Dark Slayer again on the side of M8HEXA blue side. Strong on the rotations here, not giving Spark Apex any chance to contest that. Thing going and diving on 3 and 4 people.
Whoa.
That DPS, that perfect Illumia ultimate on the backline as well. Drake pushing on the man. So M8HEXA, they're getting everything they want in this team fight and more.
They probably wanted to finish this early. They're bagging another kill till Anles apparently is right there trying to defend the mid lane turret as much as they can along with Nauchi, but Kaisaya able to take down another turret at the top lane, and now M8HEXA just storming onto their enemy's base and
all three sides here.
Hold.
Spark Apex top, mid, and bottom going down. Quetzal on the bot. Isai on the top. Really quickly getting towers and getting all the gold. Look at that, 12,000 and not even 10 minutes in.
Man, at least Spark Apex was able to bag one kill, but look at that perfect initiative from Illumina. Look at the life bars going down. And M8HEXA, they don't care. They actually want to go straight to the base or to the Crystal Ultimate going over to Unique. That is the first wipeout for the day. And to top that off, game 2 being secured by M8HEXA.
Very quick 2-0 here for M8HEXA. Congratulations! 17-1 on the kill score as well. Wow, what a beast of a team here. M8HEXA, a very clean 2-0 victory.
It's raining 2-0s, but apparently, like what I said, Spark Apex was able to, get one kill in their side.
Yeah, at least one kill this time around. So, overall, congratulations to M8HEXA. Again, making full use of the Fennec for all of the damage needs for the early game. That really gave them a really strong lead that they could have built on, and that got them the victory.
I think the mistake that Spark Apex did right there was the fact that Chalanis was alone in their mid lane. Thus, Quetzal, I think that was Quetzal, but someone from M8HEX was able to spot out Chalanis and take her down, like literally burst her down, and from there they just snowballed towards the mid, top, and bot lane. Like, they were all over the place. They have so much pressure, damage, and burst that Spark Apex was just pretty much moved toward a wall there.
Yeah, that was one of the most impressive victories that we've seen today. Again, moving forward, I feel like M8HEXA making a very strong contention, and I cannot wait to see them. I can definitely see these guys moving forward into the semifinals without any problems. So hopefully we can find out who wins. I feel like Evo's Esports and Kiss Ladies, that next fight is going to be very important, because whether or not M8HEXA proceeds is going to be very dependent on that. Evo's Esports just has such a strong leadership as well. So and Kiss Ladies, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to beat them, but we'll have to wait and see that. Of course, that's happening on the Indonesian stream as well. For the meantime, again, congratulations to M8HEXA. They will be the ones to move forward into the bracket here. We have, against Spark Apex, 2-0s across the board. Evos and Kiss is just happening right now. Currently 1-0, actually. I'll have to update that. So I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the early game, the rotations of M8HEXA. I mean, they really look like they know what the plan, right? They have this plan in mind to get the ball rolling, and they really just stick to it very quickly, and that's how they get gold. They get objectives really quickly, and they are not afraid to just go nonstop. And after the objective, they move to the next one in the span of a few seconds, and then Spark Apex, they just could not keep up.
Yeah, and one other thing about M8HEX was they were knit together. Like, if ever someone was alone in a certain lane, surprisingly, when that someone gets ganked, literally 2 or 3 other people from M8HEX is right there. They are really aware of what's happening around the map, which is why they bagged the series with a clean 2-0. Cleanest 2-0 so far.
One of the cleanest 2-0s that we've had today. So, very impressive. I gotta say, good job to M8HEXA for making us proud. Of course, friend of ours, Isai, shout out to you, as well as Mr. Rojan in the stream. What's up, bro? Hope you're proud of that. And again, we'll see you guys later. We have more, of course, in store for you. We still have, we'll have to check that out. It's going to be SES Ladies versus GG Well WP Ladies. I don't know if that's GG Well Played, if that means something else. We'll try to find out later as we continue in the FSL circuit for Arena of Valor. I'm Rockhart.
And I'm Yuko.
See you guys in a few moments. Don't go away.